All right, we are live after a dominating victory against a depleted Colorado Rapids. I feel good finally. We are finally looking at ourselves in the win column. All right, we are, and I am hearing myself on YouTube. Let's turn that off. So, and the music's a little loud. I'm a little hyped right now. That's why. That's probably why. Why not?
Not get hyped on a Wednesday.
Wednesday W's. Wednesdays for W's.
Yes. Wednesdays are for W's. I love it. I love that. And yeah, stop a 4-game skid, which, oh man, those were the dredges. Those were the times, huh?
Yeah.
But with a 4-0 win, it doesn't excuse the past few weeks, but it definitely can make just at least this night feel a little bit better.
Yeah, makes the a little bit of sugar makes the medicine go down. So I think that I have a lot of thoughts about this game, and I have 3 guys here too who also have a lot of thoughts. We have some people waiting in the wings as well who have a lot of thoughts. So we're going to do a little bit of a speed run tonight. We're going to try and get to everyone. We're going to try and go quickly. We can get AJ home to his nice comfy bed at a proper bedtime tonight. If we can manage that, that'll be good. Baby needs to sleep, okay, everyone? All right?
Exactly.
It's important.
I need my beauty sleep.
Yeah.
Can't have those bags.
Yeah, his face doesn't just happen, all right? There's a lot of upkeep. All right? So... All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to do my recap real quick, and then you can do yours, and then we'll start hitting up some guests. For me,
right.
I'm looking at a resurgence. We were looking for the spark to bring this team some life back. And this game, it should have been Charlotte. It should have been Charlotte where it happened, but it didn't. And this game, they had the intensity back. They put the first foot forward. They were pushing the whole time. They were winning a lot of second balls. And you know what? In the beginning, the first 15, 20 minutes, Colorado was trying to meet us equally halfway. They were trying their best. They were winning a lot of second balls too. However, the momentum obviously shifted in our direction when Thiago took his penalty shot. He missed it, which was ridiculous. So now he's at 50% probability of scoring based on making one and missing one. And like almost clockwork, I told everyone in my house when we were watching, oh, did that foul happen in Thiago range? Oh, it did? Uh-oh. So everyone put everything down. Everyone put everything down. We all got close to the TV. And boom. Nailed it. Just again, another Thiago golazo. So, that momentum swing, I was worried because when you miss a penalty, the other team oftentimes has a big momentum swing back in the other way. They brought it a little bit, but we got really, really lucky with that. With the foul in such a dangerous position. And Atlanta, again, deployed the double wall, which works so well by blocking keepers, and they can't see which direction the ball is going, especially when it's going near post. And it's just hit so well. I mean, it wasn't even hit perfectly, but it was hit so well that it was right over the heads. The goalie thought that the wall could get it, would hit it, but it just right over. It gave him a nice buzz cut, and it went right in. So that was the moment the game shifted. And we talk about game states on the show a lot. And this was a big shift in game state. Because if Colorado got their early goal, this game looks very different. Because Colorado starts bunkering. They start looking for, counterattacks. And we already know that that's what hurts us. So, we got the first goal. We were able to push the initiative. This game was looking like it was for the taking once that first goal went in. Colorado had a little bit left in the tank. But once Giakoumakis came in, that was like the finishing blow. That extra energy in the attacking third snuffed them out. They looked tired. They looked distraught. They looked disorganized based on the fact that Giakoumakis is willing to run like a crazy caveman person all over the place. So That was exuberant for me. Like, I was watching that. I'm like, this is the Atlanta United. Everyone is excited to watch. This is what everyone wants to see. Everyone we knows that we're capable of doing. I mean, I wasn't super happy when like Miguel Berry was announced in the starting, but it's like, he's still Giacomakis still nursing an injury, so he's going to hopefully play full 90 minutes on Saturday. So that's why he only got partial time today, I think. And it was interesting that he didn't start. He came on later as a super sub. I mean, hoping that we're 1-up over them, or it's 0-0, he can make the difference. But luckily we were 1-up. If we were down 1-0 and he came on, we'd be chasing the game. That would have been tough. This might have ended in a draw. But game state really matters, and we say that, and this is why. So that is, and then I have to make a comment about. I mean, first, I already said the Thiago Galazzo, but oh my goodness, Giacomakis' chip, like there was like I know he ran and kind of like finished it off, but that was going in regardless. That chip was going in regardless. That was an amazing chip. So, I'm reeling. I'm sweating a little bit. That gave me the vapors, if you know what I mean. So,
okay.
So we'll have AJ's take now, and then
Sure.
Oh, very good. You can only have good vapors in Georgia, that's for sure.
Right, exactly. And so I think the actual momentum actually came, in my opinion, from the penalty that was won. So I think there was a lot of energy from the beginning, and Luis Araújo, I mean, without the goal, I think had a really good night.
He did.
He was trying to make a lot of things happen. Yes, customary, like, a bunch of shots. Get the W. Let's go. Some love from the audience. Indeed, always lovely. And so, when he won that penalty for us with the handball, I think that's when. Okay, yes, Thiago Almada, he missed it, but he got way more motivated, and he basically, essentially was a man on fire. He wanted to prove that was an anomaly. It was a pretty bad penalty. And so, with that free kick, even after the free kick, I mean, you covered the free kick, so I won't talk about it. But after that free kick, he was still like a man on fire, and basically ran the game. Every ball that he was, putting in and around the box, dangerous, super dangerous. And then, yes, you're talking about game state. The game state completely changed when Yorgos Giacomakis came on. I mean, we were able to pour it on because we were able to incorporate pretty much the rest of the team. Because Thiago Almada, he was able to find some men in behind and whatnot, but I think Giacomakis was able to hold it up so well, incorporate other members of the team. Lennon, again, that ball over the top to Giacomakis, who chested so well, and then that cheeky chip. This is a very, very good night, but I think I think we need to maybe assess as well, like why it was such a good night. It's when you have all your DPs on the pitch, of course, and that's the crux of it. Like, we look like a completely different side when every member of the squad, that's the highest members of the squad are in the game, and it's different, and I wish we weren't so reliant on it. We saw the MLS salaries this week, pretty much yesterday, I guess, and it's telling how like top heavy we are, and when we have those good players playing, this is what you can get. At the Benz, it should be more fortified than it normally is this season, but we were able to do the business today. I think that's what matters. We can go home happy, but let's definitely as well talk to our friends that are guests coming on.
All right, I just sent for the first one to come in. So I will say also that I'm happy Tyler Wolff got a goal.
Yes.
It was going
First
in
MLS
anyway.
goal.
It was going in anyway. So
Also.
there's that. But because
He made sure.
it was going to be an own goal on Colorado. But Thiago made it happen.
That was rifled.
Yeah.
Rifled in.
Yeah. So
Venom on that.
That was awesome. So good for him. He looked happy about it. I think he's also a kind of player who thrives. I mean, I feel like this is kind of a commonplace thing. Players, humans, thrive off of confidence. And you get some confidence going, you can start doing some things. So Tyler, I think, people say like, some people need confidence more than others. That might be true, but I feel like in general, anyone needs confidence. And Tyler, I think, is going to get it at least a little bit from this goal and contributing to it.
And he scored for the twos recently too. So I think, just a little bit of confidence in front of net. I think that adds.
And I think he also scored in the Open Cup.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's on a good little run, and I mean, definitely him coming on. Spells Luis Araujo a little bit as well. Where we have the match coming up this weekend, so we'll need all of our DPs healthy. No matter what we think about Luis Araujo, he couldn't buy a goal tonight, and then. It seemed like he actually finally did. A shot in the box. Who would have thunk?
Completely made the keeper go the other way with the way his body was leaning. It was a very smart shot he took. This is a product of him taking like 10 shots during this game at bodies and having it being blocked. And finally, it went through. So, maybe that's kind of his style. You try and, because he nutmegged the guy to make this go in, because the goalie thought he had the angle covered because the defender was in the way in that spot, but he just bypassed the defender completely. Boom, goal. It's weird. It's like I like it because he's shooting in such a way that when it does go through, it's gonna probably go in. But it's just such like a low probability because he is going to hit players not like 9 times out of 10, but the 10th time that's a goal.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about it completely. If he gets more chances a game like he did today, then it goes in eventually. But I don't know.
A lot of chances. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had around like 20 some odd shots, and half of them were his. And about maybe like 3 were on goal, I would say. Maybe 4, because 2, probably like 3 of them were right at the keeper. So it is, it's not a great conversion rate, but I think we know this about Araujo. He's a high volume shot taker. And
he worked hard this game too.
Many of them don't go in.
He works hard a lot of games, and a lot of people don't recognize that about him, because all they see him is the end product, which is dribbling into 2 defenders and then losing it. But or taking a shot at going nowhere. But, you know what? His burst of energy and his tenacity paid off this game. Come on in. Come on, Mama. Come on in. Get over here.
I got my sunglasses on, so...
All right, I know. You got your thing going. Here, I'll let you take the seat. Here you are.
I farted.
All right.
No, good, thanks. Appreciate it.
Boy. Damn. Crop dusted when you go in.
Yeah, man,
and
that
then,
stinks.
Wow.
Go get that air freshener.
Yeah, you go sit here. You talk to AJ for a minute. I'm gonna give you got 5 minutes, all right?
I'm
doing
tired.
speed run tonight, 5 minutes.
Yeah,
okay?
Ooh, that stinks. My bad, man. Go.
Get your hot takes out.
Who am I talking to? I can't even see it.
Oh, it's lagging? Dennis. What's up, man?
No, it's Dennis. What's up, man? What were your thoughts on the game?
Man, that's how they should have played last game. To be honest with you, that's how they should have played last game.
No doubt, but this game we definitely came out the blocks a lot faster. We were winning those duels, and what were your thoughts?
Transition wise, still lacking, but it was a lot better this time than before. So they just need to clean up a little bit there. Also, the through ball, I mean, if you're seeing the runner come through, make that pass. A lot of times they hesitated. They were trying to take the shot in front of 4 or 5 guys. No, make the pass. What's easier? What's more convenient? What is gonna get you the goal? Make the pass. But those are things that you could go over in practice. So, excuse me. It didn't really affect the game. It could have had more goals, but I mean, a 4-0 win. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining today.
Yeah. I mean, do you think it flattered us, or do you think that it was a deserved 4-0 win? Did we control that match from end to end? Did we do that much that we embarrassed Colorado, in your opinion?
For me, it was a deserved win for sure. I mean, Atlanta controlled the game from start to finish, like you said. But also, it's also a morale booster for this team that's been losing, and especially to teams like this where it's expected for them to win. So I think it's a big morale booster. You just suffered a 3-1 defeat and you turn it over to a 4-0 win. I mean, you're really just heating up the motors right now. I mean, you're lighting that fire that this team really needs. Hopefully they could keep it in a positive direction. Who knows? But if they keep doing what they're doing and what they did today, I think that they'll be in good shape for the next game.
Yeah, I mean, when Yorgos Yakamakis comes on, we look a different side, yeah?
But not even that, because once Atlanta scored their first goal, and this is coming after missing the penalty, I mean, they just ignited. It's like that goal gave them some kind of like adrenaline shot or something, because it was a completely different team after that goal. And that goal was beautiful. One of the most beautiful goals I've seen. It was spectacular. And I think after that, it motivated the rest of the guys to play a little bit harder, play a little bit better. And you saw it in the field. And then once they started making their tweaks and adjusting, I mean, they just started playing better. They started attacking more. This wasn't that Atlanta team that was staying back and kind of just holding their line 25 minutes in the match and gone for the rest of the half. No, this team was on the prowl. They were on a mission. They were focused. They had a target in mind. I mean, you saw the stats. I mean, they had shots on shots. And so that's what this team needs. They need to be fundamentally sound, but they also need to be aggressive. They can't just kind of make a goal and keep back. No. Once you make a goal, go after another one. And that's what they did tonight. They definitely had that tenacity that I've been waiting to see on this team. I mean, kudos to them. They did well. So I think that having him enter the game in the second half, yes, it made them a little bit better. But that first goal is really what motivated this team, was that catalyst that put this team together.
Yeah. So I want you to be honest. After Thiago Almada did not score the penalty, what were your thoughts? Were you like, here we go again? Or what were you thinking?
After he missed the penalty, I didn't think here we go again. But what I didn't want to see, what I didn't want the reaction to be from the team was, oh man, we missed a penalty, we missed an opportunity. I wanted the reaction to be, no, let's keep going, let's try again. We missed the penalty, but hey, we got to take an opportunity. So seeing them react in a positive way, I guess you could say, is what I wanted from the team. And that's what I was thinking. That's what I was hoping for. I was like, please don't let this be this Debbie Downer of a penalty. Keep it moving. Yeah, it's only 5 minutes into the game, 9 minutes in the game, whatever the penalty was. Keep moving. Keep marching. There's a lot of football left. And they did. And they took advantage. And so I think that's what helped them.
Okay. Now, let's future outlook a little bit to Chicago. And good midweek match, good result, good performance. What do we need to take away from this? Over to Soldier Field in the weekend. With a little bit of guys that need some rest, a little bit, maybe won't be going the full 90. But do you think Giacomakis should absolutely start, or should we start off the same, kind of like this one, and give integrate him in a little slower than we did last time?
No, I think you keep the same game plan that you had this game. It worked. Chicago's. I'm a big, I'm from Chicago, so I support my team, but they're not, top of the line team. They're not leaning anywhere. So it's a game that you could have the same game plan. I think that.
Finish up. Time's up. Finish up.
I think that. Hey man, I was trying to talk to you. I think it's a team that they should have an easy time beating. So if they keep the same game plan, I think they'll be all right.
Okay.
All right, AJ. Well, yeah. I'm getting kicked out over here.
Yeah, dude.
Because I'm brown.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Dennis.
You say that?
And thank you so much for coming on. We'll see you.
Is this mine or this yours?
The one that was here is mine.
Okay, so then this one's mine.
Yeah. All right, Patrick will be on next in a minute. So how did that go?
Let's read the chat.
Yes,
very well. Let's read the chat.
Yeah, Strong says, Arujo helped out a lot tonight. Cleaned up in the back and recycled the ball in the middle. Combined a lot to score up front. Yeah, absolutely. Very good performance. Very entertaining game. I agree. I mean, maybe the first 30 minutes was a little, nervy. But...
It was good football. Yeah.
Yeah, the goals weren't there in the very beginning, but... I'll say it. I was nervous in the beginning, and up until maybe the penalty kick, I was nervous. I thought this has the possibility, the potential of not going our way. We could flub it again, but we figured it out. We got there. Jack Dickens says GG looks very good, fit for MLS. Physical and clinical, can be so effective away from home if he can stay fit. That's a huge thing, is being effective away from home. Bryant Lee says, I'm sorry, but the Raps is not a good team. If we played against another team, we would have been struggling. Not necessarily. Like I said in the beginning, yes, I will concede this was a depleted Rapids team, of course. And they're 10th in the West, of course. We understand that. However, any team in any given day can win. And in this case, it came down to game state, like I said in the beginning. We got the first momentum swing. It could have been Chicago. It could have been Colorado. Michael Barrios is a dangerous player. You give him the ball in a dangerous position, he can equalize. He can make the game, his. And, we prevented that from happening. So, and then we were able to get the front foot. We were able to get the goal, and we were able to go ahead. And I think that's what enabled us to change the game state in our favor. And kind of just, it was like Charlotte away when we played them away. It just kind of unfolded. The other team unfolded. Like we so stereotypically sometimes do. When we start getting kind of game stated in the beginning. So, here's Patrick, here's his take, and I'm going to give him a hot 6 minutes.
Oh, dear. Oh, boy. What's going on, AJ?
What's going on, Patrick? How are you?
We're here and we're live. I'm doing good. It was a good win. I'm glad that we got something out of Arujo. Sorry, I'm figuring out what the cameras are. It's here. Yeah, I'm really glad that Arujo did something for us. There was a pretty intense Beanho game going on while we were also watching the game, so you'll have to, hear more about that later. But no,
nice
really
little tease for that.
Yeah, it was a good time. I got a few red cards. I'm gonna have to sit out the.
Already.
Well, look, I go all in and I go hard in the paint. And in this case, I go hard in the Beanho turf. But it was a really good win.
Wait.
We were talking about the Beanho game for a second there, but
okay, no. All right, yeah, good.
No, that was fun, but no, this game was awesome. I really enjoyed getting to see Arujo be a contributor on the team. I feel like over the last few games, it's just been. You guys have heard me. I've been very hot and cold on Aruju. And I'm not warm. We're still pretty frosty. But I was pleasantly surprised.
It's not just acquaintances anymore. It's still like, yeah.
We're talking.
There's a little bit of like, yeah, exactly. It's like,
we're
hello.
talking. Yeah,
okay.
We're talking.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, what's up? Keep doing that. We'll see where it goes. But, I loved Wolf taking away the own goal to pad the stats. That was great. I can't. Exactly. I was talking with Ellie. Just like if I were in that situation, and I don't have the athleticism in this state, I'm still an athlete, but if I were in that situation, I think that's just what happens, just reflexive, right? But I'm glad that it goes down as a goal for him. It's a nice little cap. The Giakoumakis chip shot was a thing of beauty, not to mention the Almada just curler that just seemed to defy all sense. It was glorious. I feel like we had some really good runs, some really good opportunities. The XG was, I didn't see what it was, but Mike and I were talking earlier about it being around 3, because there were some opportunities. Like, I can't believe the complete whiff Almada had on the PK. But, we gave him a second shot, or he got a second shot, and he took it, and I loved it, and it was great. So, yeah, I'm not gonna be the typical, this is where we need to improve, because I think we have made some adjustments, and I know that Colorado was playing with, like, a really depleted team, but I feel like we ought to have played like this against Charlotte last week, honestly. Like, the difference, I think, being Giakoumakis not being subbed in so late. But, we got to let the guy heal, because if we're going to get anything out of him, we'd like him at 100, right? So.
Yeah, and in that, the state of the game, do you feel like it allowed us to pour it on when Giakoumakis came on?
I do. I think if Charlotte gets a goal early, we went into the half 1-0.
Colorado.
Colorado. Thank you. If they were to get a goal like early in the second half, I think that changes the course of the game. I think they park the bus and they really just kind of stack up defensively and then do what Charlotte did last week. Frankly, hard pressure, not really giving our defensive backfield the opportunity to walk the ball out, but the fact that we had such good opportunities throughout the game, and Giakoumakis' presence really just chasing down and kind of hunting for that ball deep to really just harass the goalie, I think that is absolutely a turning point.
Okay. I must ask, this is going to be a very hard question.
I'm not good at those, but shoot.
So, Giakoumakis, on a good scoring run every time he pretty much comes in a game. 6 of 7, I believe. Who would you take? Giakoumakis or Joseph Martinez in?
This is not a fair question. Giakoumakis has been otherworldly. The fact that he has scored 6 out of the last 7 opportunities he's had the chance to score in game is pretty incredible. But I gotta go with Martinez. I love Giakoumakis. I really love him on this team. I think the more that we can have him on, along with Almada and being at full strength, that's going to be the turning point for us as a team on the season. And getting Guzan back, having him backing in between the pipes is going to really, really change, I think, the consistency of our defense, because I really feel like he's got a good understanding of how to organize the backfield. But no, I'm going to go with Martinez because he's a superstar, and he's done it for Atlanta. And it broke my heart when he left. It broke my heart when Miggy left.
All right, you're done.
Thank
Finish
you.
up.
I needed to
Wrap
get
it
out
up,
of here.
Wrap it up.
All
Wrap it up.
right. We're going with Martinez over Yako.
All right.
Ooh,
Well,
Drop the mic.
one more thing. Yeah, you're gonna drop it? Okay. All right. Go ahead. But I think we should also talk about how Westberg tonight. He had a really good game, and his save with the two hands. I mean, a little bit where he threw some theatrics in there with his save, but it was still a very good save.
It was.
But and inside the stadium, at least, man of the match, Quentin Westberg, he was given the golden spike.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. I think what Patrick was talking about is that yes, Guzan, when he comes back in, it can bring a lot more consistency for sure. Yes. Westberg, he had one of his better games, I think, in an Atlanta United uniform tonight. And that save was tremendous in keeping it 1-0.
Yeah.
So definitely, much plaudits. Westberg.
Yeah. I'm going to read a couple things, and then I'm going to hand it off to my buddy, Ellie. So Charlotte, Bryant Lee says, Charlotte was not a good team. We got our butts. All right. And we got our butts handed to them. Where was our team last game? No excuse for our last game. Yeah. Sure. Where was our team last game for this? Again, like I said in the beginning, it very much comes down to, in my opinion, game state. It really alters and affects the way we play our game. Connor Thompson says, still fire the coach in Boca. We need more wins. I mean, we can't. Sorry, Connor. I will disagree that we couldn't have gotten more than one win tonight. So you're going to have to start somewhere. Now, whether or not that's something we can consistently do, I don't know. We'll see. Then we'll have this conversation again. Strong says, I think all the things... by the way, thanks for showing up again, Strong. You're always here. I love it. And thanks again for joining the Discord. I think all things considered, Atlanta, best thing that got out of this game is the morale boost. Oh, yeah. But, it's a morale boost not without merit. They were able to do proof of concept here. They showed that they can score... Not only, we always knew they can score pretty goals, but they can now score kind of some team goals as well. So that's really good. Brian says, still no excuses. Yeah, I know. That I'm not trying to make excuses. There are still systemic issues that we have to address, of course, and I hope they're addressed in the summer window. So I think we'll only get stronger from there. As long as we have all three DPs, like AJ said in the beginning, I think we're going to be able to give any team a decent amount of agita, if you'll permit me that term. And yeah, so here's Ellie for his hot 6 minutes. All right, you can sit right here, Ellie.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed. How's it going, Ellie?
Hey, good. How are you guys? Well, you specifically, anybody else, in the chat?
Indeed. Yeah, I think we're all having a good time today.
Pretty static about the 4-0, huh?
Yeah, for sure. And it seems like you guys are having a good time with the Bino board as well. So that's exciting.
Yeah, the Bino board was fun, man. I think it was something I wasn't expecting personally. It was pretty fun. We got to play it a little bit, and it was a lot more fun than I expected. So that was a good A+ today. So.
Okay, yeah. And speaking of a lot more fun than expected, what were your thoughts?
So I think if you recall, the last time that I was on, it was a couple of weeks ago. It was a different game. It was a game where I came in at the minute 60 plus, and it was a little bit different. Today it was different, right? Like it was just for us to go 4-0 and for us to be winning and for us to be what I think at the top of our game, it was great to see. It was something fun. It was something unexpected. Well, not unexpected necessarily, but something for us to really enjoy and something for the fans. And hey, man, I mean, we came out with something that, to be honest, I did not expect the 4-0 today. Based off the last couple of games, I did not expect the 4-0, but we did it, and that's good to see.
I don't think many of us would, but yeah, for sure. And I mean, yeah. What were your thoughts on Thiago Almada and his performance?
I mean, Thiago Almada, I don't think we can expect something much different from him, man. He came in, he performed, he did well. You kind of expect for him to do something for the team that's positive. The penalty miss, anybody misses a penalty, right? Like, we can shit on him, we can say that he didn't perform at his best during that penalty kick, but at the end of the day, like, that's something that's sort of expected out of anybody that's gonna take a penalty kick. It's a hit or miss. You put him on the free kick spot, and lately it seems like he's gonna perform better than anybody else in that spot. It seems like instead of a penalty, you give him a free kick and he might do better. So that's kind of positive. So I don't have much to say on that. Like, he missed a penalty.
He's got 3 free kick goals this season, and he's taken 2 penalties, and he only has 1. So yeah, I think you're right.
No, it's positive for us, right? Like, you can expect that every penalty is gonna go in. There's gonna be a miss, but hey, man, like, he made it up for it in the free kick, and that's all we can be thankful for. So he's performing.
And and I guess as well, the rest of the team, in your opinion, this match, was it truly a better match? Was it the opposition that was a little bit maybe not up to par, or do you think that LA United have turned a page here and figured out something?
I'll be honest, I can't say they've turned a page here because, I mean, first of all, with Colorado, and not to be disrespectful with the team or with the players, but it's not exactly the team that we're expecting it to be. It's not exactly the team that we're expecting to face and say that, like, it's gonna be a tough team that we shouldn't exactly come out with a win on top of. I think most people would expect a win out of this game, so we came out of that. Whether it's a 4-0 or not, that's a different topic, and we came out with a 4-0, and that was positive for us. That's great for the team. That's great for us. That's great as fans, right? Like, I think anybody that was at the stadium probably came out with a very good game and a joyful game, a good game to watch. 4 goals, you don't get to see that every game. Especially against, like, any team that you really see in the MLS, like, you don't really come out of that with that. But I don't think it's a page turner for us. Like, I don't know, like, it'll take 2, 3, 4, 5 games for us to really see that's game that we get to really see a difference, that we really get to see the team playing in a more cohesive way, that we really get to see the team playing together and really coming out with more than 1 goal out of it. I won't know until I see the next 2, 3 games. So
okay, that's fair. Do you think, or how important do you think Yorgos Giacomakis is to this side? Because arguably, when he came on, we scored 3 goals. They may not all be attributed to his play, but we looked a different side. Do you think?
It's tough to tell, man. I mean, the striker is always important. A lot of the times they're more important off the ball than they are on the ball. I could give you a bunch of examples of different teams that are, outside of the MLS, of course, where that player becomes important off the ball, but I think in this case, he's important. Just because of the fact that he can be that person that you put a long ball through, and he's able to put it down, he's able to hold the ball, and he's able to really take it on to, well, really a scoring part of the ball. And he's important for that fact, but like, you can't expect that every game, just because of the difficulty that comes with with that level of play.
Wrap it up. Finish your thought.
I'm being told to wrap it up, but hey, man, like I think
it's like the Oscars. The music starts playing.
he's very important to us in that phase, right? Like in the third of the field, for us to be able to have a player that can get the ball, can hold the ball, and is able to score. That's going to be immense. Maybe not in this game where we have that person scoring in that fourth goal in the 90th minute, because we don't 100% need that. But in a game that's important to us, where we absolutely need that person to come in the 90th minute, in the last second, to be able to score a goal like that, to be able to control the ball like that, and to be able to put the ball in the back of the net, that's going to be important for us in a couple of games from now. And so, again, maybe it's not as important for us now, but they will be in a couple of games, and for us to know that we can trust in somebody like that in Triple G in a couple of games, that's going to be great for us. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of Triple G for us. We don't need to rely on him right now specifically, but at least we know that there's somebody that can hold the ball for us down the line, and that's going to be able to put in the back of the net.
Awesome. Okay, well, Ellie, appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on. Have a great rest of your night, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate everybody, and good night. Get off the mic.
Excellent. Bravo. Well done. Okie dokie. All right,
let's get back.
We have one. I'm going to do
chat.
some more comments on the chat, and then we have one more guest, Gavin, who would like to share his thoughts, and we'll then do the wheel after that and see what were we supposed to do? I don't remember.
We were supposed to do something. I know. I forget. Actually, yeah. Whatever needs to be.
Oh, it was supposed to be Red Ass. You're doing that next week.
It was supposed to be Red Ass.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have enough time, so it was going to be.
Actually, you know what's going to happen? I got it. It's before the Saturday's game. So if you guys tune in,
exactly,
we're gonna have the Red S video for you. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be there.
Yeah.
So let's get Gavin in here, and we will finish up our guests with him, finishing strong as usual. And so yeah, tonight was a kind of like a quick little roulette wheel of people. And that's kind of how we were gonna run it right now. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's why.
This avatar.
There we go. Yes, the avatar. Gavin, how you doing?
Doing good, man. How y'all doing?
Oh, we look like you got a little bit of an upgrade there. Okay, I can see your face.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really?
I can see your camera looks a little more clear tonight. Okay.
That's awesome. Good thing my
even in the dark,
computers-
but yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I ever did a fan cam at day, but maybe that's when we'll see the best. We'll probably see the best when we'll be seeing me.
Okay.
Maybe.
One day.
Give us your hot takes.
So I really feel like we were a lot better than we were against Charlotte, obviously, but I don't understand why we couldn't play like that against Charlotte, because I'm convinced it's the Yakimakis effect. But either way, I'm not complaining. But tonight was a huge, well-deserved, and must-needed 4-0 win to me, especially with what's happened in the past, especially like ever since we lost to Memphis. But it was a huge 3 points to the bench for me.
Yeah, for sure. What were your thoughts on Thiago Almada's performance? Because obviously, missed the PK or missed the penalty. I hate the word PK, but whatever. People use it. Yeah, and then he seemed to kind of pretty much be a completely different player.
Yeah, obviously I lost it when he missed the PK. I was like, what the hell? I was like, what? There's no way we had to open the match like this. I was like, okay, I guess we can get off to a great start. And then I just saw him absolutely sky it. And I'm like, oh my god, here we go again. He did that, and then later on, he scored an absolute golazo free kick. It's what he does. He's Thiago Almada. He's the best player in Major League Soccer, no doubt.
So let me stop you real quick because I have something I gotta say about that. Shout out to Tyler Pilgrim from Dirty South Soccer. He had a very funny tweet where he said, "I think I'm gonna petition for whenever Thiago has to do penalty kicks from now on, and he takes them from 25 yards out."
Yeah, it might need to be because he's more automatic than at the penalty spot. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, sorry, Gavin. Continue.
It's okay. I think Almada was back to himself. I mean, obviously at first when he missed PK, I'm like, oh gosh, it's just how he's been lately. But I think as the match progressed, I think he started to pick himself up, especially after the golazo, and I think he started he was always pushing the attack. He always reminds me of Miguel Almiron. He's I think Miguel Almiron's almost irreplaceable, but he just reminds me of him a little bit because he's always pushing the attack, especially as when Yakimakis came in. We scored 3 goals at the end.
6 minutes, yeah.
I feel like he started to pick himself up in this game. I think he's gonna get a lot better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, so
yeah.
Go ahead, Adrian.
Good. Okay, yeah. And talk about game state a lot early on in this live. I mean, it's for you. Do you feel like in this game, for us, was this a deserved? Did it flatter us, or did it actually reflect the actual game state?
It was good, but I'm sorry. Can you say it one more time?
Yeah.
So,
all right, we're gonna cut, retake.
I'm sorry.
So do you feel like the 4-0 scoreline actually reflected the actual game for us?
Or did it flatter us?
So again, I don't know if I said this yet, but as soon as Yakimakis came in, the end it was 4-0. But so before he came in, I would say no, because at times we were not good. It's how we've been, and then there was that golazo by Thiago Almada. But this whole match itself, I would say it was more of a 2-0 victory, performance. But 4-0, I mean, I'm really glad to see Tyler Wolff score his first of the season, and he scored one in the U.S. Open Cup, but in the MLS season, I'm really glad to see him score that as well. But I'm really glad to still see us win 4-0, especially when we don't. It wasn't to me. Yeah, to me, to answer your question, it wasn't a 4-0 win, because if Yakimakis starts and the game ends 4-0, then you see a 4-0 match. It could have been higher because Almada should have buried the PK, no doubt. It could have been different. My main question is where would have this game gone if Westberg didn't come up clutch with that save earlier from Danny Leyva? Because that was probably the biggest moment we had.
For sure. It would have been 1-1. It would have been a different game. Although I mentioned it earlier that I felt like he turned on the theatrics a little bit because it was a two-handed save. It wasn't like it was a fingertip save. But yeah, it was definitely.
All right, Courtois. He wasn't quite Courtois right there.
It wasn't quite Courtois. I mean, yeah, he's a small guy, so it's he got there in plenty of time. It was.
Yeah, he read it the whole way. Yeah.
Exactly. He could have palmed it, to be even fair. He could have just grabbed it out of midair with both hands. But yeah, it was a very good save. Yeah, it is harder than it looks, but it is. Yeah, definitely. You'd expect him to save it from distance, but still doesn't take away from the enormity of the moment.
Yeah. I'm going to attempt to condense what probably a lot of people are thinking about this game and trying to square the circle of the last couple games and how this result makes any sense. And I think what it is like we were talking about game state. I think that we live or die on momentum. And if we don't get that momentum, it's like, you can see one or either our team or the other team will then capitalize on that momentum. And yes, if let's say we get, a goal early on, we capitulate and then let one in, and then maybe we have to rescue the game with a late goal or something like that. That's fine. Game state will allow for, us to fight back, I guess, for the most part in those types of games. But the general stretch of the way Atlanta United plays is momentum based, and I'll die on this hill. It seems like if we just don't get that momentum, we're pretty much done. The other team, they get that momentum, they're probably gonna win. And it's weird because it doesn't really reflect the relative skill of the other team or our team. It's like we're pretty much mentally blocked if the other team starts puts one or two in, and we're just okay, that's it. Yeah, maybe Andrew Gutman will do a thing, but for the most part, everyone's we're done. So
we're a team that capitulates.
Yeah,
let's just be honest.
And we will run you off the freaking pitch if we get that momentum. We are that much of this part of the Sigma 6 0 part of the scale, and on the 100% on the very end of that scale. We just nowhere in the very middle. We are just not there. We are one or the other, and we're a momentum team, and this is something you have to kind of get in your head so you can understand these results. Because if you look at it in terms of tactics or players available, things like that, it's just we won in Charlotte 3-0 or 4. What was it? 3-0, yeah. Away without Giacomakis. And it wasn't because he got, an early, Giacomakis was there to get an early goal. It's because of the game state we established. And the other team just, fell apart. If we run into a team, though, that is very good at adjusting to a disadvantaged game state, that might change things. Like a top-tier team, LAFC, teams that are used to possibly going down and then coming back, that will kind of flip the script a bit. But for the most part, we've been playing against a lot of teams who, once the momentum is going in one way, it's almost impossible to claw back again. Sorry, that was long-winded.
I shudder facing LAFC. But yes, Gavin, what are your final thoughts on this match?
I feel like you said, because I feel like we'll be a lot better from now on, because I said this multiple times, especially after the Nashville match. I'm saying sometime we got to get this win, and I feel like we'll be a lot better from now on. Like you said, momentum. You mentioned momentum, but from now on, I think we'll be better. But again, I was being extremely negative in the Discord server early on after Almada's miss, but that's just how I can be sometimes. But I'm glad I was wrong tonight by landslide, because I had a feeling it would be 2-0 Colorado and we have another consolation goal. But hey, I'm happy.
Gavin, that's soccer. It's the ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
That's soccer.
Yeah.
It surely is. Yeah, it is that. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Gavin.
Hold on. I'm sorry. No. I lost it.
Yeah, no worries.
You're fine.
You were talking about the momentum of games and how that's probably going to dictate how things go. But you were also very confident that we are probably going to get better and do better from here on. You're probably inferencing that we will build upon tonight's victory.
Yeah, okay, so... I was going to mention, it's crazy yet, it's not surprising how Giacomakis comes in and he just changed the game, but I also think Aruju found himself again, because that goal was huge, and after 2-0, because I was stressed when it was 1-0 for a while, because I feel like it's the Gonzalo Pineda game. It's hard to keep a 1-0 game. You got to get a second goal. I'm very glad Aruju got the second goal, but tonight he impressed me, and his goal caught the keeper the other way. I was like, ooh, it was a really good goal in my opinion. But Another player who really impressed me tonight was Ronald Hernandez, because I think he really fit with our squad really well. And he did very well before Yakimakis came on. Not that it was all that, but I feel like we should always keep Hernandez in mind if we ever need him, because tonight he really impressed me.
Yeah, I mean he didn't make
like,
any silly mistakes, so that's good.
Right, exactly. And he's a playmaker. He's a fullback that likes to make things happen, and so he's not just gonna sit back and admire a ball. He's gonna make some moves and continue to try to incorporate everybody in play. And I think that's I think he stepped in admirably tonight and helped us keep a clean sheet. We haven't been able to do that in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I think everyone in the back line tonight and in midfield deserve plaudits.
We almost with this game erased the negative goal differential we got in Columbus. We just need to work a little bit harder on Saturday, and we can erase that travesty.
Oh man, yeah, that's.
Don't even remind me, man. Jeez.
It's been a rough 3 weeks. Yeah, right.
Yeah. We needed to catch a break, and this was a good game to catch a break from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Gavin.
Yeah, most teams don't have a crappy month, so at least we stopped the slide.
Yeah.
But yes,
it is what it is. Thank you,
so much,
Gavin, for coming on, and hopefully we'll see you again next time.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
you as always.
hopefully you're available on Saturday. Appreciate it.
Saturday. Yep, I'll see you guys there.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome.
See you guys. Thank you.
See you. But okay. Let's read some more of the chat.
Sure.
And we shall.
Let's see what we got.
Answer some
Let's
questions.
see what we got. Brian Lee says, we had midfield issues. If they press, we have no control of the mid. This is always a hole in there. Yeah, this is something we've been talking about for weeks, that we have issues in the midfield. This one, I'm coming to think of it like Sosa did well. No one had a particularly bad game, which is rare. Like, a lot of people really put their all in this game. The message from Pineda really got across that you need to have more intensity, you need to train harder, you need to play harder, and it seems like they did. He's like, Pineda said in one of the press conferences, you need to get I'm paraphrasing a bit, but you need to get your butt kicked a bit, you need to feel like the underdog, and then you can kind of claw your way back. I guess that's a bit of what they needed. They needed kind of their butt kicked a little bit, and that's what happened. And now they came out angry. You could see it. Like, they were running, they were pushing, they were like, "No, you're not going to get to that ball first. I'm going to get to that ball first." And that is refreshing.
Fighting for duels. Exactly. That's exactly what we needed, is to win the first ball, win the second ball, and we were doing that a lot tonight. We were, the urgency is what we harped on last live, and I think we saw that. I think we saw a renewed urgency, and Sosa has said to while in what was it, Columbus, or when was it? I think it was it was against Nashville, but that was not the best pairing, but tonight they showed a lot better chemistry, and Sosa, I think, had a really good game.
He did.
He was
so many tackles in a uncharacteristically low amount of yellow cards too.
Yeah, that, and also I think he moved the ball with purpose. It was something that he was finding guys out wide or finding guys close to him to be able to just have better movement. I think our movement was so much better.
It was energetic.
Yeah, and I think also Derek Etienne, while he didn't really get on this score line or anything like that, or the stat sheet with an assist or anything like that, I think he was consistently dangerous out wide as kind of an outlet or someone that was able to break down the defense to put a ball in. And there were quite a few chances that I think it was just begging for us to finish better. And he was
which is insane because we won 4-0.
Exactly. yeah, he was able to cut in well. He was able to get to the byline and cross it in with his left. Yeah, there was some dangerous stuff. That was a bit weird there for a second, but all good. So yeah, we I think ultimately this match we looked really a lot better in a lot of facets, defensively as well as midfield, and yeah, we just gotta use this, continue to build on this this type of performance, because I would agree that with Gavin that it's probably, this game is probably more like a 2. Like the Tyler Wolf goal is a little bit lucky, but yeah, Yorgos Yakimakis also, that's a low probability usually type of goal, but
but he's Yako. He's Yakimakis.
He's almost automatic that he's gonna find a way to score.
Yeah, he doesn't have to start to score, Twellman, unlike you.
Exactly.
He's gonna break your record next game. Well,
he might.
Yeah, maybe.
Whose record?
Well, he's gonna tie it next game, right? And then break it the other game.
Yeah, he's gotta start next match if it were. But he's doing well and just scoring in general. So that's huge.
This is empty. No, it's not. Is this yours?
No, it's yours now.
It's mine now?
Yeah, it's mine's right here.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's happening, but
no, don't worry about it. We're gonna transition to the wheel now. All right, so we're gonna move to the end part of the show, where we will select a wonderful, super cool, very nice, and everyone loves them loser, to then have to do a very unfortunate forfeit. And it's usually me, which is why I'm premising it like that. So we're going to hit this and see which one it lands on. Is it me or AJ tonight? I was 100% right to preface it the way I did, because it was me again.
Oh,
right.
Gosh.
Good stuff.
The odds are ever in your favor.
They will, yes, I just love it. And now we're going to do the forfeits, which of one of these that are selected, I will have to do one of those and film it and then put it on, and then next stream we'll watch it. This week it was supposed to be AJ doing the Red Ass game. We will have that for you on Saturday, because typically we have a week to film these types of things. So Here we go. What do we got? We have, oh Jesus. All right, I'm doing a karaoke a song. That's probably going to be more painful for you than it is for me. So, here we are.
Okay. What drop in the chat what he should do, and what do you think?
Yeah, I have a couple of options.
What are you feeling?
If no one, my feeling is Bohemian Rhapsody. I know all the words to.
Kiss
Kiss
Can
from,
you hit all the high notes?
That's all
I mean, listen. That's not physiologically possible, because Freddie Mercury had like some kind of mutation in his throat that allowed him to be superhuman in terms of singing. So there's that. And the other one is probably "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal is another good one I would like to sing.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I think that's probably more in your register, but
wow, more in my register. Wow, way to register type me real quick.
What I want to see.
Is it a register shame?
There's no shame. I mean, I think you just talked up Freddie Mercury. Like, no one's Freddie Mercury. So,
yeah, of course I talked up Freddie Mercury. He's a literal super if the X-Men were like about singing, he would be like freaking like Professor X.
Interesting. I was wondering where you were gonna go with that, but yeah. Okay.
I got there eventually.
Yeah. But okay, all right. So also drop in the chat, guys, like what you should do. We'll pick from those. I think that'll be fun.
Mike for the win. That's right. Never gonna give you up. Yeah, a little bit of Rick Astley.
Rick Astley. Oh.
Elliot Beaven wanted AJ. Elliot Beaven wanted AJ to have to do something.
Dang, man.
And he will. And he will on Saturday. He will. Don't worry.
I mean, yeah. I think I have arguably the worst of the two forfeits.
Yeah, he's got
I'd
some
much rather
physical
take
pain coming his way if we hit him. So we'll see.
If
I might recruit
we'll
this
figure it
guy
out.
to try and hit you because he's actually
Sure.
good at soccer. So look out.
Nah. Look at this knee.
Yeah, Ellie's gonna be there on Saturdays. You better look out, AJ.
Shoot. Okay, we're gonna have to keep it at a distance. Penalty spot.
Penalty
Okay,
spot?
so,
Yeah, no penalty spot. No, he can hit from a penalty. Yeah, he can. He's a sharpshooter.
Okay.
Okay.
My knee gets sweaty.
Sounds like a little bit of nervousness there. It's okay.
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know the prowess. I can only assume. You talked him up.
He's
So-
good at. I mean, yeah, he's good at soccer. I know that. So.
Fair enough. All right. Well, yeah. Are there any last messages in the chat?
Let's see. Bryant Lee says Rabbits had a lot of people missing. Bryant, you're sounding a little like a Colorado apologist right now. But no, I get what you're saying. Like we said earlier, they were a very depleted side. So yeah, we should take this with a grain of salt. The 4-0 is obviously flattering our scoreline. That's, something to keep in mind. Elliot says LAFC tied with the Rapids earlier this season. I say good. Yeah, but it is what it is, right? Like, any given day a team can upset or beat another team. So we have to be on our game to stay on top of that stuff. We haven't been. And this game we were.
Yeah.
Like we took what we
You
needed
can
to
only
from a
beat the
team
team
that
in front
was
of you.
willing to give us what they had. And yeah, exactly. You have to beat the team that's in front of you. And you can't look past it. You have to be right here. You have to be present. You have to figure it out. And we did. We didn't do it with Charlotte. We didn't do it maybe a couple other times before, like with Miami. Miami was struggling. We should have put them to the sword as well. But it is what it is. Again, it's a lot of it to me, in my opinion, and I'll say this again next week. We'll see if my hypothesis kind of comes true, is that this is a momentum-based team. And if we don't get that goal early, if we're not pressing early, if we're not playing well early, and we don't impress on the other team starts going, like, they start reeling. They start pulling back. They're like, oh, crap, this team's for real. They're not going to grow into the game as easy. They're going to concede first. We're going to keep the pressure on, and then it rolls from there. Hopefully that's what happens. But, again, the opposite can happen to us. And if that opposite happens, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to be in Colorado's seat then. So we just really gotta get there first. We gotta get to that punch first. So we'll see. First blood is super important.
Yeah, it's a confidence-based team, that's for sure. And so that's what it is. We need to make sure we start off well and get that first goal.
Yeah,
super important for us. So, but all right. Well, anything else in the chat before we
don't
wrap
stop
this baby
believing
up?
is what Elliot says, and yes, I agree. Don't stop believing is another one of the candidates. We will figure it out. Elliot, I don't know if you're part of the. I don't know if Elliot is part of the Discord, but if you would like to join, let us know, and you can then voice your opinion about what I should be singing in a kind of. We'll probably do like a poll or something like that. And get people's opinions on that. So, all right, it's been real tonight. Graciously accepting the W from Colorado. And we will send them packing, and hopefully on Saturday we can repeat and do the same thing against Chicago. However, we can't send them packing because we're playing away. Hopefully we can send them back home to their houses while we fly away, and we're happy, I guess. So that's what we're gonna do.
You got there. Yep. Nice. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna sign us out.
All right.
Thank you everybody who was a guest on tonight's. Thank you always to Michael as well for manning the streams. Thank you guys for being in the chat and watching. And yes, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe as this train comes in. I've been AJ.
Choo choo.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.